Imagine a magnificent city, thriving with life, its walls gleaming, power flowing through every street, water pure and clean. This is your body, a metropolis of 70 trillion cells working in perfect harmony. But there's an invisible saboteur among us, silent, deadly. With every cigarette, it infiltrates deeper, corrupting every system, destroying from within. This is the story of how smoking dismantles the greatest city ever built, and how that city can rise again. In the lower districts sits the bladder, a holding tank for waste before expulsion. A simple but crucial system, but it becomes a toxic swimming pool when smoke's carcinogens concentrate in urine. The bladder lining, constantly bathed in poison, develops dangerous mutations. Bladder cancer rates triple in smokers. This forgotten chamber becomes a ticking time bomb. The city's waste management system transforms from efficient disposal into a cancer factory, brewing disease in the darkness where no one looks. Perhaps most tragic is the reproductive district, the city's future. In men, smoking damages DNA and sperm cells and causes erectile dysfunction by destroying blood flow. The construction equipment fails. In women, fertility drops by 40%. Eggs are damaged by toxic exposure. The nurseries meant to nurture new life become hostile environments. The saboteur doesn't just destroy the present city, it steals the future, making it nearly impossible for the metropolis to create healthy new generations. But witness now the city in full collapse. The skin walls crumbling, the heart power plant failing, water systems poisoned, the command center dimming, vision towers dark, defense systems paralyzed, waste management critical, the future erased. This magnificent metropolis, designed to thrive for decades, brought to ruin by an enemy that costs $6 per pack. The invisible saboteur has achieved near total victory. The city that once thrived now barely survives, limping toward inevitable collapse. All seems lost. But here's what the saboteur doesn't want you to know. This city has a superpower: regeneration. The moment you quit smoking, the reconstruction begins. Not in years, not in months. In 20 minutes, your heart rate drops to normal. In 12 hours, carbon monoxide levels normalize. In 2 weeks, circulation improves and lung function increases. The city doesn't need to stay in ruins. The blueprint for healing is already written in every cell. The choice to rebuild begins now. Watch the walls begin to heal. Within 3 months of quitting, the skin's blood flow increases. Collagen production restarts. The fortress walls patch themselves, stone by stone. The cracks fill. Color returns. The graying, lifeless barrier transforms back toward the radiant defense it was meant to be. It takes time, years to fully recover, but the aging process slows dramatically. The walls that were racing toward collapse now stand strong again, ready to protect for decades more. The heart power plant receives reinforcements. Within 1 year of quitting, your risk of heart disease drops by 50%. The arterial highways clear. Blood flows freely again. The dangerous pressure normalizes. The power plant that was screaming in protest now hums with renewed efficiency. Clots dissolve. Traffic flows. The 100,000 daily beats become sustainable again. The kidneys, no longer overwhelmed, begin filtering properly. Clean water returns to the city. The core systems stabilize and strengthen. The command center brightens. Within months, oxygen flow increases to the brain. Neural pathways strengthen. The fog lifts. Memory improves. Cognitive function sharpens. Stroke risk drops year after year. The observation tower's lenses gradually clear. While macular degeneration can't fully reverse, its progression stops. Vision stabilizes. The defense systems reawaken. The cilia begin moving again, sweeping out years of accumulated toxins. The escalator restarts. The cleaning crew returns to duty. The city remembers how to defend itself. The lower districts stabilize. The bladder's toxic pool drains and cleans. Cancer risk drops 40% within 4 years of quitting. The reproductive systems reboot. Sperm quality improves within 3 months. Female fertility increases. Blood flow returns to all systems. The nurseries prepare for life again. The future that seemed stolen becomes possible once more. Generation after generation can now thrive in a city that chose reconstruction over resignation. The districts forgotten in crisis now remember their purpose. 5 years smoke-free. Stroke risk equals a non-smoker. 10 years. Lung cancer risk cut in half. 15 years. Heart disease risk equals someone who never smoked. The city doesn't just survive. it transforms into something stronger. A metropolis that faced total destruction and chose to rebuild. Every system works in harmony again. The 70 trillion citizens, your cells, thrive in an environment of health rather than toxicity. The walls stand tall. The heart beats strong. The future is bright. The invisible saboteur only has power if you give it access. Every cigarette is an invitation to destruction, but every moment without one is an act of reconstruction. Your body, this magnificent city, is fighting for you right now. It wants to heal. It's designed to heal. The question isn't whether recovery is possible. Science proves it absolutely is. The only question is, when will you stop letting the saboteur in? The greatest comeback story ever told is happening in your body the moment you decide. Our story begins at the city's outer walls, the skin. Once a fortress of protection, radiant and strong, defended by collagen towers and fed by rivers of oxygen-rich blood. But when smoke enters, it constricts the blood vessels, choking off the oxygen supply. Like a city under siege, the walls begin to crack. Collagen crumbles. The protective barrier weakens. What once glowed with youth now withers, creating deep crevices where smooth surfaces once stood. This is your city. Your 70 trillion citizens are waiting. The blueprints for healing are ready. The construction crews are standing by. The choice has always been yours. Every ending can become a beginning. Every ruin can become a renaissance. The invisible saboteur's greatest trick was making you believe the damage was permanent. But your body is more powerful than any poison. Stop the saboteur today. Quit smoking now. Let the reconstruction begin. Your magnificent city deserves to thrive. Give it that chance. The greatest chapter of your story starts the moment you decide it does. Watch as the damage accelerates. The skin city's walls age 3 times faster than normal. Deep trenches form around the eyes and mouth, the front line of the assault. Pigmentation fails, creating uneven patches like abandoned districts. The elasticity that once allowed these walls to bend and flex vanishes. In just 10 years of smoking, the fortress that should protect for 80 years looks like it survived a century of warfare. The saboteur's first victory is visible to all. Now we descend into the city's core, the heart. This magnificent power plant beats 100,000 times daily, pumping life through 6,000 miles of arterial highways. It's designed to run for a century without stopping. But smoke introduces carbon monoxide and thousands of chemicals into the bloodstream. The arteries, once smooth highways, become construction sites of destruction. Sticky plaques form. Traffic slows. The power plant strains under impossible pressure, working harder while receiving less. The arteries narrow by 50%. It's like forcing a 4-lane highway into a single lane during rush hour. Pressure builds dangerously. The heart power plant, once efficient, now screams in protest with every beat. Blood clots form, traffic accidents waiting to happen. One wrong clot, one completely blocked artery, and entire districts go dark. Heart attack. The power plant nearly fails. Meanwhile, nearby, the kidney water filtration systems struggle with the toxic overload, their filters clogging with poison. The kidneys were designed as perfect water purification systems, cleaning 50 gallons daily, but they weren't built to handle the 4,000 chemicals in cigarette smoke. Heavy metals, radioactive elements, and carcinogens overwhelm the filters. The clean water systems fail. Toxins that should be removed circulate back into the city. The kidneys work triple time but fall further behind. Kidney disease and failure loom. The city is poisoning itself from within, unable to cleanse what the saboteur introduces. Ascend now to the command center, the brain, the most complex structure in the known universe. 86 billion neurons firing in perfect symphony. But this control room requires 20% of the body's oxygen supply. Smoking constricts blood vessels here too, cutting oxygen by 30%. The command center dims. Reaction times slow. Memory banks fail. The risk of stroke, a total blackout, increases by 400%. The saboteur is attacking the very consciousness of our city. Adjacent to the command center are the observation towers, the eyes. 2 biological cameras more sophisticated than any technology, processing millions of bits of information per second. But smoking accelerates macular degeneration, destroying the retinal sensors that create our vision. It's like camera lenses corroding from the inside. The observation towers' views blur and darken. Central vision deteriorates. In severe cases, the towers go completely dark. The city becomes blind to threats. unable to see the beauty it was designed to witness. Deeper in the respiratory district lies a forgotten defense system, the throat's escalator of cilia. Millions of tiny hair-like warriors that sweep toxins upward and out, beating in coordinated waves 16 times per second. This is the city's housekeeping crew, its sanitation department. But smoke paralyzes them within seconds. The escalator stops. The cleaning crew falls asleep on the job. Tar, carcinogens, and bacteria that should be expelled now settle in, building toxic camps. Infections thrive. Cancer finds fertile ground.